Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander Tactical. Today we are looking at rifle cases, specifically the Wisport Rifle Case 120. I thought it would probably be useful if I changed to this camera so that we can have a look around it like this. But before we do, I thought I'd mention some of the details on here. So as far as the construction is concerned, this is made from a 750D Cordura. So this will last you as long as it possibly needs to. 750D is a great weight for durability, abrasion resistance, and so on and so forth. Colours wise, it comes in multiple colours. There are lots of different colours. The version that I have here, this is the RAL 7013 version. All of the zippers on here are YKK RC zippers, and they're also reverse coil as well, which I think is great because it helps to reduce on snags. Buckles on here are all Duraflex UTX buckles. Now the dimensions of the actual of the full case itself here, so this comes in at 125 centimeters by 33 centimeters by 8 centimeters deep. There are two additional pockets on the outside, hopefully, that you can see there, and they're reasonably large as well. So they come in at 40 centimeters by 35 centimeters. I nearly got my centimeters mixed up there for a second. Now if we touch on the pockets first, so both of these are pretty much the same. The way that these open, so you have your standard kind of zip on this side. Now the zips do come round on this side an extra little bit further, whereas on the back here they come down just to about there. So it's more of a J opening. I think mainly that's because the grab handles are here on this side. So if for some strange reason you haven't closed these properly, it will mean that they'll be kind of protected from spilling out on the other side. There is an additional pocket as well on the outside here, which is great just kind of for storing extra items, and then there's some hook and loop here. Now as far as the size of these pockets, as I mentioned, it's kind of 40 centimeters by about 35, so you can fit quite a bit in here. So at the moment I've got my SSP 18 in here. So if you have a pistol that you're wanting to bring out in its original case, just to make sure that it stays nice and protected, you can fit a pistol case into here without any issues. Now on the inside, you got some fairly kind of standard things. So you have a little key stay here, and maybe if you have a locker or something that you want to keep on there. Maybe it is that you have a lock on one of your pistol cases. Seems strange that you'd have your key there, but I was just trying to think of an example. And then there's also a D loop on this side, again just in case you have something that you want to attach to that. On the inside you also have another mesh pocket. Now there's actually two, so it looks like there's one, but there isn't. There is two. If I move over this side, so you have a mesh pocket here that you can drop your items into, so if you need to find them, they're easy to find. But then you also have a long pocket on this side. Now I say long pocket, so it goes down. If I put my hand in there, you can see it comes down just kind of where my band is there. But you can still put plenty of stuff in there, gloves, all of that sort of stuff. Now if I put this back in, apologies, I'm having to do all of this, trying to do all of this one-handed, but then closing that back up, there's still plenty of room, even though I've got my case in there. If you want to as well, if there's something that you know that's going to be jostling around in these a lot, then you've also got some compression straps that you can use to cinch that down. So that is the bottom one. The reason I called that is the bottom, because so that is, I believe, yes, that is the top, because on the back here there are some straps so that you can wear this like a backpack. So that's the bottom one for now. The top one, pretty much identical. So that opens with a J-turn. It's a little bit smaller on that side. You have the additional pocket here on the front where I just have some tools and some kind of maintenance stuff for my rifles. Then behind here, so at this moment in time, because I've got my M4 and I've got my TAC 41 in here, I've got some M4 rifle mags, and I've got my TAC 41 magazines in here. but hopefully you can see you can fit plenty of magazines in. There's some extras as well, because I always forget a balaclava. I always generally tend to forget my gloves, so there's some gloves in there too, and then there's some BBs kind of bouncing around as well. So they're your external pockets. Now the internal, as far as the internals on this is concerned, you have a double zip which will open all the way down. Now I forgot to mention, so on the outside as well, you also have here and here, you also have some compression straps just to make sure that everything stays in there. So that's that zip all the way around. Same on this side, that goes all the way around. And then this will splay open, as this is a double rifle case. Now both of the sides are pretty much identical, apart from one slight difference on this side, which we will have a look at. So here at the top, on the inside, if I undo that and undo that, so on the inside here, lots of this eggshell style egg case lining on in here. On the inside here there is a part that you can put your muzzle into, and on the opposite side here there is a part that you can put your buttstock into, as perfectly illustrated with my TAC 41 here at the bottom. So as far as your rifles are concerned, this will fit anything up to a 145 centimeter rifle, which for the TAC 41 is just right. So under this end here, hopefully you'll be able to see, so there is the muzzle and it fits under there just great. And then on this side, the buttstock is within this little kind of parcel here as well, which again works really well. I've actually got this in upside down. I forgot that I got it upside down. But if it is that you do have a rifle that is ever so slightly longer, there is a little extension that you can put on this. So this actually looks like a little pocket, because on the outside here you have a zip that you can open and close. But what you can do is you can pull this out like that, so that you can then put your buttstock down that end, and then there is an extra roughly 9 inches here at the end that you can then pass through if your rifle is just a little bit too long for this. But I'm sure with 145 centimeters, the vast majority of rifles will be able to fit in this. I've had my VSR 10 in this as well. Fits without any issues whatsoever. Now putting it in, so what you have is you have your clips here. Let's just see if we can get this out with one hand, or just move it onto the back there. So there's a little elastic bit here. I don't think it's designed to be put underneath that, mainly because this is just here to make sure that these bits don't come off. But then on the underside here, where your rifle actually goes in, there are, so you can take this off. Sorry. If I just sit this way for a second, you can take this off, and then you can change how close these are. So if I had this in the right way round, which would be this way, I can put the buttstock in this end, and then actually in this case it should be a little bit smaller. So if I was to take that off through, I can thread these through onto one there, so that when I close this up like so, and then cinch it down tight, it will actually have a more of a secure fit around the upper here. Whereas down on this end, closer to the actual barrel, at this moment in time, I could make this a lot smaller. And that will make sure, again, if I tuck you into there, that when this is also closed, it will stop it from rattling around whilst it's actually in the bag. Now this is just this first layer. So as I mentioned, there's 2 layers to this. So in between you have this really nice plush foam. You can then fold that over, and then you'll have access to your other rifle, and however you have that stored. Again, I think I need to have a little bit more of a tweak with this one. Some days I might be running M4, some days I might be running my AK, and I just need to have a little bit more of a play around between the 2 rifles to make these fit them both better. This moment in time, I've just got it set up similar to this one on the standard one, but I can definitely have a play around with these. Works in exactly the same fashion. So if I move my rifle out of the way for a second, across there. So you have you have one at this end. These are all fully adjustable so that you can make sure that it fits in just right, and then the same at this end as well. Again, these are all fully adjustable so that if I had it in the right way around, because it was upside down then, but if I put that back in there, that will hopefully hold that right. What I probably would do is just actually move that up a little bit further, so that what's at the front, I can kind of brace it against that to stop it from sliding down. But it fits and it's great. Once it's in there with this between the two, it stops anything from knocking. And the way that it's set up now, it does look as though that there's a small gap here, but hopefully, if you can imagine, because this is directly here in the center, so as this lifts up, hopefully there you'll be able to see that gap now closes to make sure that they're both secure. If it is that you're just running a single rifle maybe for the day and you wanted to help to reduce some weight, this is all hook and loop, and you can just pull on that and it will come out. Maybe it is that you want to make one of your own. I guess you probably could do that. You wanted to put in one of your own special ones. Maybe you've got another one from another company that is also hook and loop. All perfectly designed so that you can just tear that out, you can put it back in, and then you'll have that set up for both of your rifles. Now let's just close this carefully, because I appreciate that I don't have my rifles secured in here. I'm just going to zip this up. Let's just pause for a second. So we're now fully zipped up, fully stowed away. As far as carrying in this, so I did mention previously, so here on the side you have these two grab handles, so that you can lift this up and carry it like you would a suitcase. If I roll it over though, on the back here, and you can remove these, so there's a D-ring here at the bottom, and there are two D-rings here at the top. If it is that you don't think you're ever going to carry it like a backpack, and you just simply don't want to have these on here, yeah, very simple, easy to remove. And what I'd probably do is take these off and just store these in the front pocket so that they're there if I do need them in the future. Also, on this side, there is also a strap so that you can carry this like a hold-all if you wanted to. Now the weight on this is just over 2 kilos, and that's with nothing in here. So once you've got a couple of rifles, once you've got your accessories, once you've got some ammunition, all of that sort of stuff in, this is probably going to be quite heavy. In fact, it's quite heavy now. I have used this, it's great, mainly because you can just sling it over your shoulder. But again, if you didn't want this to be on here, so there is a D-ring here on this side and there is a D-ring here on that side so that you can remove it, and again probably just stow this away in one of the pockets on the front, just to make sure it's there in the future should I need it. So there you go, very impressed with this, considering as far as being able to get everything that I need in here for a day out pew-pewing, whether it's a larger rifle up to 145 centimeters or my shorter M4 that's in here as well. It does everything that it needs to do, plus those extra little bits for the pockets wise. I can pretty much fit in, well, everything that I need for a day. It's a shame that I also can't put my vest and all of the other gear in here. However, it would be, let's admit it, it would be huge, and it would be a pain to kind of take around. But I think just for your rifles and your rifle essentials, it is a great rifle case for that. And I think another shining example of what Wisport are doing really well. Now on that side, I want to say a huge thank you to Military First for sending this to me. I've been working alongside Military First now for the last 4, maybe 5 years, so quite some time now. They do send me gear. This has been sent to me free of charge. However, it's under no obligation for me to give this a good or a bad review. You know, if I liked it or if there was things that I would change, then I would certainly tell you those. But I also have a Military First discount code if you'd like to use that. It's 10% off all non-sale items if you use the term Moorlander 10. Now just have to make sure I clarify with that, and that is specifically non-sale items. Military First are great. They have, in fact I think they currently have a 30% off pretty much everything on the site. So if it already has a large discount, it's not another 10%, it's just off non-sale items. But yes, so I'll leave some links below for Military First and the website. I'll also leave some of my social media links here on Moorlander Tactical, and also my sister channel, Moorlander EDC. But for now, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay tactical. Specifically the one on my back, this is from Wisport, and this is the... It's just called the Rifle Case 120. So, yeah, it is. It's a lovely rifle case. It's a lot better than the cheap, crappy one that I had before. Yeah, really impressed. But anyway, it's Friday. Hope you all have that Friday feeling. I was just about to say wherever you are in the world if it's not Friday, but generally it tends to be Friday everywhere in the world. Although, you know, you're either 12 hours ahead of me or 12 hours behind me, it's still Friday. Hope you all have an excellent weekend planned, either out adventuring or pew-pewing. Remember to stay safe, eye protection, ear protection, all that kind of jazz. But yeah, hope you're all good, hope you all have an amazing weekend. And that's it for me today. Enjoy. I don't know why I did that, that was cheesy as hell. Cool, see you in a bit, love you, bye.